What's going on, guys? Damocles here. Today we are going to be talking about Charizard, going over my Charizard build and why I think he actually might be secretly top tier and that people are just playing him incorrectly. So if you find this video to be useful, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for our big orange dragon. Now, what are we doing with Charizard today? Well, number one, this is a standard match because I want to test him out and make sure I was right before actually hopping him into ranked. But I go jungle Charizard, and that is the thing. Charizard is super weak early. You need to nullify some of that with his jungle clearing, and his jungle clear is actually insane. Pop Flame Burst first, so that you get burn on targets, and then it makes it so his basic attacks do more damage, right? His basic attacks do more damage to burn targets, so if you go and you get Flame Burst first, you can actually have some insane jungle clear speeds, like really fast jungle clear speeds. And then you're just gonna toast these guys, try and drop Fire Spin when the buffs are immobile, and then just clear your jungle. You're aiming to go and get your Fire Punch and, you know, become Charizard quickly, but if you're not able to do that, then just try and gank a lane fast, because again, your early game damage is like constant. So if you're able to go and get a nice gank like this, get in front of them and punch them back in your teammates, it's going to snowball you ahead massively. So now I'm already Charmeleon. I pick Fire Punch. We're going to be going Fire Punch this game, and we're going to be going Flare Blitz, the two melee options. I think that the other options, what is it, Fire Blast and Flamethrower, I think that a lot of people run those because they think it's more damage. It's not. They're terrible. What you want to do is run this build because you're going to be nuking people and you're going to be super tanky. It's just trust me. Just trust me. This build is nasty. Okay, Fire Punch will knock them back and it'll do a lot of damage and it will burn them. And Flare Blitz basically makes it so you lock onto the target, jump at them. I think it knocks them up in the air slightly and it gives you a shield. And they're both just really good abilities. I believe Fire Punch specifically, the cooldown is lowered when you're landing basic attacks, so you just want to keep hitting people. That's the thing, is like if you can burn somebody, it's really hard to take Charizard in a 1v1. Really hard. But as you can see, I'm jungling, so I'm trying to gank these lanes. I'm trying to, you know, push them ahead. I'm trying to get myself fed as well. Now we've got Flare Blitz. I'm like really ahead of these people, obviously. I mean, I'm already level 3. I'm already like 2 or 3 levels above them, and this game is basically over at this point. But again, Fire Punch, Flare Blitz. Those are the moves you want to be running. And it just makes it so you do insane amounts of damage. Charizard also has a passive where when he's at a lower HP threshold, he deals, his crit rate is increased. I'm not exactly sure what the threshold is. I would imagine it's something like 50%. But regardless, if you get low HP, you want to stay in those fights. You want to hit the Fire Punches, hit the Flare Blitzes so that you get the shields. And because of the displacement from both the Fire Punch and the Flare Blitz, you're able to like lock someone down and deal a large amount of damage to them for like a long period of time. And you can just see like the damage from just one Fire Punch is nutty. It's nutty. But the way the part of the game that Charizard really fits into, right, is you are an all-rounder. And your range is slightly limited, but once you get your Unite move, combined with these two things, he's not just a Unite move bot, but once you get his Unite move, you're able to jump onto the enemy backline super easily. So say, I think in this game in particular, like maybe I was just concerned a little bit more about the Absol, like killing my teammates. I can go and I can pop my Unite move and I can focus down that Absol every single time, and there's nothing that he can do to get away from me. And if I'm low HP, his Unite move also heals him. So it's just like, his Unite move is just insane. As far as the items that I'm running, I run Scope Lens, I run Muscle Band, and I'm running Float Stone. Another alternative to Float Stone would be Energy Amplifier, which increases your damage after you've activated your Unite move. I think in particular, like just with Charizard alone, it would be really nice just because his Unite move does a ton of damage. But I just don't have it. I don't have Energy Amplifier like leveled up at all. So I mean, look at the amount of damage you can output. I mean, obviously I'm levels up on them right now because I'm, you know, because of my jungle ganks. But the damage and the fact that he can be hit by ranged attackers, I'm pretty sure, at least while I'm playing Cinderace, I go and I hit him. But regardless, his ability to get into the back line with his Unite move and how fast it charges. I mean, look at how fast that Unite move is charging. And how fast it charges makes him amazing at dealing with like priority targets on the enemy team. And his only weakness really is that early game period, which you can kind of nullify if you're playing him in the jungle and you're clearing buffs, because you're not having to fight enemies as much. You're trying to go and you're trying to fight jungle creeps, right? You still want to gank, obviously, but that's how I kind of play Charizard. Is like early game, I get the fire punch, I try and go into the lane and knock somebody into the enemy team. Knock somebody into my team, or I try and just land it on them because it does a lot of damage, and it also burns. And so again, prioritize burning those people so that you get the damage bonus on them. And it's going to be really hard for someone to deal with you in a fight because of your low cooldowns and because of the damage increase you get when you're at low HP, and the fact that he just has consistent damage, right? It's not like normal basic attacks where you're just like pitter-pattering people. It's like he's constantly breathing fire on people and constantly knocking them up and constantly knocking them back and getting shields. It's just like he's actually like, I'm gonna play him a little bit more today. I might take him into ranked, if depending on like my team composition, but he's actually surprisingly solid. A lot of people play him in lane, and I think that it's just a free kill if you're playing him in lane. But if you're going and you're fighting him, in the jungle, it's a whole different ball game because you nullify some of those weaknesses. And obviously, right at this point in the game, I'm super far ahead, and I'm kind of just farming them at this point. If I was this far ahead on like a carry, like a legit carry, like a Greninja or something like that, or Cinderace, would I be able to do more? Maybe, but it's just, I wanted to try him out, wanted to see what all the hubbub was about. This is why I don't make tier lists before I know what I'm talking about, because I think that he's actually like quite strong. Now that I've had the chance to play him and try him out and not watch him, on the enemy team getting slaughtered by Absols and stuff, I think that his one-on-one potential is actually super solid. I think his only limiter really is his range in that early game. So if you can just avoid that, he's a really great all-rounder, honestly. And again, I can't stress enough how important it is to be able to get into that backline. Being able to go and just, for lack of a better term, like shut down or take a carry out of a team fight is incredibly, incredibly powerful. And please remember that his Unite move, even though I don't do it a bunch in this game in particular, his Unite move, you can reactivate it so you can actually slam people onto the ground. So if you're not about to get the kill, or you want to just like CC the enemy carry and take them out of the fight for a period of time, light them up with your fire, obviously, but then slam them onto the ground so that people can go and follow up, and it takes the carry out of the fight, so the carry's not dealing damage. And I mean, so you can see here, I just make a beeline for the Absol, because she's the only one actually up in levels at all, and we just toast their team because there's nothing they can do. I'm up in the air, I'm up in the air and I'm doing a bajillion damage. And that's how you want to play him. Play him like an anti-carry. Play him like, when your ult is down, you can definitely do stuff, but once your ult is up, and you wait for those team fights and just dive their backliners, because he's really, really nice at doing that. Now I'm max level in this game, so I'm not really scared of anybody in particular. I don't really want to take like a one-on-one, but again, the ideal combo would probably be Fire Punch first and then Flare Blitz. I usually do the opposite, just because I like the lockdown of Flare Blitz when I'm trying to chase people, and it's not like a guaranteed hit. But Fire Punch will put the burn on them, and that'll make it so your Flare Blitz and everything else just hits a lot harder, right? That way, when you Flare Blitz, it's going to knock them up, and you're going to get those free basic attacks on them, and the free basic attacks are going to benefit from the what's the word I'm looking for? From the burn. Now we're going for Zapdos. I'm just playing keep away so that they don't go and steal it, because again, biggest cause of problems in this game, and biggest cause of throws is people doing 50-50s on Zapdos and losing it even though we're super far ahead. And now we just secure the W, and the game is officially over. And I finally land the Seismic Slam so that you guys can see that it happens, that it works. But that's going to be it for the gameplay portion of the video. Again, Charizard, play him like an anti-carry. He's pretty solid in the jungle. Be careful of his early game, but his jungle clear is actually pretty solid. And I run Scope Lens, I run Muscle Band. I might consider running Energy Amplifier, but right now I'm running Float Stone just because I think the movement speed is so useful on all characters, and that's what I have leveled up right now. As always, if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. I've got a Greninja guide up. I've got some Gengar and some more Absol stuff coming, and as well as Cinderace, and I'm streaming it almost every single day as I'm climbing up through the ranks with my buddies. So make sure, come check me out and let me know what you want to see next. I think I go just briefly into the damage here real quick. Let's see. Yeah, damage. So 93k. This game I did, the game before I did like 100k, but still pretty solid. And you guys have a good day. Damocles out.